Namaskar, good evening. You're watching the Newshour Agenda and I am Swati Joshi. Ladies and gentlemen, the Congress government in Karnataka has decided to drop 2022 Hubballi Riots case. AIMIM leader Muhammad Arif and others who were key accused in the case will be freed of all the charges. Arif was accused of leading a mob that attacked the police and threatened to break into the police station. Charges of inciting violence were also slapped against the AIMIM leader. As per sources, criminal charges such as attempt to murder and rioting will now be dropped despite objections from the prosecution, police and the Department of Law. In October 2023, Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister D had written to the additional DGP to withdraw these cases and reconsider the charges. The withdrawal of the case has received strong backlash from the opposition, with the BJP accusing Congress of trying to appease the minority. Listen in to what the BJP said.
They are supporting Islamic fundamental activity.
Congress always stands for divisive politics, appeasement politics, vote bank politics.
Clean sheet and has withdrawn cases against MIM leaders just because DK Shivkumarji wants that. Congress is now becoming a new Muslim League party.
Meanwhile, the Congress government has justified its decision. Karnataka CM Siddaramaiah said that the government has the right to withdraw certain cases and it is up to the cabinet to decide the same. Listen in.
ಕೋರ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಕೆಲವು ಮೊಕದ್ದಮೆಗಳನ್ನು ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಧಿಕಾರ ಇದೆ. ಕ್ಯಾಬಿನೆಟ್ ಕಮಿಟಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೋಮ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರ ವಿವೇಚನೆಯಿಂದ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಕ್ಯಾಬಿನೆಟ್ ಅದನ್ನು ಒಪ್ಪಿಕೊಂಡಿದೆ. ನೋಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅದನ್ನು
ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟು ಬಿಜೆಪಿ ಲೀಡರ್ಗಳ ಮೇಲಿರೋ ಕೇಸು ವಾಪಸ್ ತೆಗೆದಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟು ನಾಯಕರುಗಳ ಮೇಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಕೇಸ್ ತೆಗೆದಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದ ವಿಚಾರ ನಮ್ಮ ಹೋಮ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
So the BJP says this is nothing but appeasement. Congress government is justifying its decision in Karnataka, saying that they have every right to withdraw these cases. Let's open this up and go across to our guests. We have Tom Vadakkan from the Bharatiya Janata Party, Dr. Anand Ranganathan, author, Ravi Srivastav, political analyst, Advocate Adil Hassan, AIMIM, Syed Asad Abbas, political analyst. Good evening to all of you. I'm going to begin with you, Mr. Abbas. The allegation is that this is nothing but appeasing a particular community, appeasement politics by the Congress party, and that Congress is the new Muslim League. How do you respond?
Absolutely not, Swati ji. Let me enlighten, all my friends of the BJP, including Tom Vadakkan Sahab, who I greatly respect. Respected sir, are you even aware that there are also BJP leaders in the same list whose cases have been withdrawn by the same Karnataka Congress government? As a matter of fact, we need to understand how did this take place. Those who were found to be innocent, their families went pillar to post, police station to police station. They approached the Baswaraj Bommai government in the year 2022. They approached the 23 Karnataka Congress government. They met with the Home Minister Dr. G Parameshwara and made an appeal. Now let me give you the merits of the case. Home Minister's statement: just because they wrote letters and met us, we will not withdraw the cases. There is a procedure in place. We have formed a cabinet subcommittee that will check all the respective proposals. Before the proposals are sent to the committee, their merits will be checked by the Home Department, and there are legal experts and department experts who will take the call. Thereafter, cabinet will decide. If our recommendations are right, they will withdraw the cases, or else it will be sent back. Therefore, the friends of the BJP need to understand, if it was a case of a appeasement of a particular community, why would they withdraw the cases against the BJP leaders? Let me also quickly remind you, Tom Vadakkan Sahab is from Kerala. Are you aware, sir, that Oman Chandi, who was Congress chief minister, the 10th chief minister of the beautiful state of Kerala, took back cases on RSS workers on humanitarian grounds? Not just that, Baswaraj Bommai in the year September 2022 took back 33 cases against BJP workers. So when you do it, it's absolutely okay. But when Congress does this, it is wrong. What kind of duplicity and hypocrisy is this?
Okay, duplicity and hypocrisy. And Tom Vadakkan, before you can cite the fact that the Deputy Chief Minister had written a letter, Syed Abbas is already giving you a counter. That the Home Minister made it very clear right at the start that just because somebody is writing a letter does not mean we are going to drop our cases. We'll follow the due process. Their allegation is that we have every right to do so, and BJP is just politicizing.
Abbas is now defending the Congress party's indefensible issue. He has cited procedures of how things are going on. It is filtered at what level. There's a committee that is there. 138 people, cases are withdrawn. They're all innocents, you see. These innocent people have been let off. And what a pity, couple of BJP people are sparkled, put in so that, it gets a broader perspective, Mr. Abbas. These are all stories, and can tell these fairy tales when children want to go to sleep. These are stories that would, we are talking about democratic practices. We are talking about the security of the people of Karnataka. You can't let out criminals on the road, whether it's BJP, Congress, left. You can't have a system by which you let criminals out just because they happen to be your vote bank. So please, tomorrow your life will be under threat if this kind of procedure is followed. Be it any government. I am objecting to the procedure followed, whether it is left, right, or center. If it has happened in my state, it's wrong. If it has happened in any other state, it's wrong. But let me tell you, people of Karnataka are fed up with this kind of thing. The Chief Minister is trying to divert attention from the cases he is fallen prey to. And the reality is, the same practices are being followed in Karnataka.
But Syed Abbas is saying it has happened during. Syed Abbas is saying that this has happened during the Bombay government as well. And for how long are you going to, relate every development in Karnataka to diverting attention from the Chief Minister?
It's very, staring clear. Sitaramaiah is surrounded with this problem. And then this is the desperate move. You heard the DK Shivkumar say, well, he had no comments to make. The Home Minister says on the basis of a letter, you can't let these people out. The police department objects to it. The law department objects to it. And pray there's a committee with some police official and all of them saying, well, they can be let loose.
Mr. Abbas, quick counter from you. Everybody is objecting to it as per sources, and like Mr. Vadakan and other BJP leaders are pointing out, and despite the objections being raised, your government has decided to drop the charges, withdraw the cases.
Is a question to me, Swati ji? Can you repeat the question, please?
Your counter to Mr. Vadakan, who's saying that there were objections raised. Objections were raised when it came to withdrawing these cases, but despite that, your government is going against all these suggestions and objections being raised. Why? Why this long rope?
Absolutely not. This took 1 good year. 12 ministers of the Karnataka ruling Congress government met the families. They wrote letters to the able Home Minister. Home Minister took 1 year's time. The letters were written. The committee was formed in the year 2023 and 24 we stand. Only now that the withdrawal of cases has happened after a full-fledged investigation by the sub-panel committee, which also ably had the ADGP of Hubballi, Mr. Hitendra. The due process was followed and it has come through. Nothing to do with appeasement. The fact when we speak of appeasement, we need to understand several cases of RSS workers which have been taken back by the BJP leaders when Basuraj Bommai was in government.
Let me bring in Dr. Ranganathan. Dr. Ranganathan, look at the charges. Attempt to murder, unlawful assembly, rioting, armed with deadly weapon, and I can go on and on. It also talks about criminal intimidation, provoking breach of peace, voluntarily causing injury to public servant. Are we to say that nobody led that mob? Are we to say that nobody really is responsible for it? And both sides at the moment pointing fingers at each other saying, you followed the same playbook. You've withdrawn cases when you were ruling.
Good evening, Swati, and good evening to my fellow panelists. First of all, heartiest congratulations are in order to my good friend Abbas. I didn't know he'd become a judge. Congratulations, because he is now suddenly talking about the merits of the case. The merits of the case, I thought, are not to be decided by panelists on a debate, but by a judge. And this is a case where, as you read out, some very serious charges. 12 policemen were seriously hurt. Vehicles were burned. A Hanuman temple was desecrated by this bloodthirsty mob that was led by this AIMIM person, Mr. Arif. The NIA denied the bail. This is not some police department deciding, law department deciding. In any case, they were deciding against this. And now suddenly you have a government that, removed all these cases. So let us not talk about the merits of the case. We are in no position to do so. And I dare say, in a civilized society, the merits of the case are to be decided by the judge. and by the court. In this case, they weren't. But we would not be doing justice to your viewers if they don't get a composite picture, if they don't understand the psyche behind it. You see, this is not a one-off. You must understand that it was Jinnah, I think, who said, if I do not have a divided India, I will have a destroyed. Well, he managed the former. And if we carry on like this, I'm afraid we are very close to having the latter, the destroyed India, because there are 3 phases of appeasement. Please understand. We need to go deep into it. The first phase is welfareism. The second is, first is welfare, second is warfare, and the third is warfare. And the Indian state, and I dare say cutting across party line, has breached all 3 phases. When you talk about welfare, you talk about the selective implementation of schemes that benefit only the Muslims, and we've seen this, Hajj subsidy to setting up madrasas, giving interest-free loans, set up shops on Govt land, so on and so forth. So many scholarships only for Muslims, UGC giving 50% reservations and funding to Muslim institutes. The second stage is warfare, where self-loathing occurred. So you have Mahatma Gandhi saying that if it could kill all Hindus, it could usher in a brand new world. You would have, for example, Nehru saying that I should not go to consecrate Somnath temple because I fear Hindu revivalism. You have roads and places named after marauders and invaders like Aurangzeb. You celebrate Jayanti. You have Nehru saying in the event of a communal riot, I will hold primarily Hindus responsible. That is the second war.
Okay. But
the most dangerous is the warfare, and because that is exactly what is happening. You have Sonia Gandhi crying tears at Patna encounter, if you remember. You have Sonia Gandhi and Manmohan Singh apologizing to the Shahi Imam and demanding that Denmark apologize for the Danish cartoons, got nothing to do with it. You have Tamil Nadu government against the advice of the Supreme Court releasing the Coimbatore bombers where 57 innocents died. And you have time and again Congress seizing these prisoners and terrorists, celebrating them even. So you have welfare, warfare, now warfare.
Okay.
If the Indian state does not take cognizance of this,
you're saying,
I'm sorry,
you're saying all part of the larger design. And Advocate Adil Hassan wants to come in. You are, of course, going to welcome this decision, Mr. Hassan. And in fact, when the arrests were made in 2022, even before this long process that Syed Abbas is talking about, your party very clearly said that, yes, AIMIM leaders have been arrested and in your view, they are innocent. So आप तो पहले ही clean chit दे चुके थे.
मैम असल बात है कि अब जितना टाइम आप प्रोफेसर साहब को दिए हैं, धैर्य से मुझे भी देना पड़ेगा. प्रधानमंत्री बड़ी बड़ी बात कर रहे थे 15 अगस्त से, उसी दिन बिल्किस बेटी बचाओ बेटी सम्मान, और उसी दिन बिल्किस बानो के रेपिस्ट को गुजरात सरकार ने छोड़ा था. एक बलात्कारी राम रहीम जो है हरियाणा में, उसको जो 6 बार जो जेलर ने पेरोल दिया था, हरियाणा सरकार ने उसको बीजेपी ने एमएलए बनाया है. योगी आदित्यनाथ पर क्रिमिनल चार्जेस था, योगी आदित्यनाथ ने अपना क्रिमिनल चार्जेस वापस दिया. केशव प्रसाद मौर्य बीजेपी का मंत्री डिप्टी चीफ मिनिस्टर पर योगी आदित्यनाथ ने लिया. एक्स होम मिनिस्टर पे सेक्सुअल एक्सप्लॉयटेशन का चार्जेस था स्वामी चित्यानंद, केंद्र के गृह मंत्री, तो उस पर योगी आदित्यनाथ ने केस विड्रॉ का प्रोसेस किया. मैडम ये सब क्या है, जरा पूछिए बीजेपी से. और रंगनाथ साहब को तो मुसलमान से बहुत ज्यादा बेचैनी रहती है, पता नहीं कैसे जिएंगे ये, इनका समझ में नहीं आता. एक साहब हैं, इनसे पूछिए कि वी सोमैया हैं, केंद्र सरकार में मंत्री हैं, सुधाकर जी हैं, सीटी रवि हैं जो जहर उगलने में एक्सपर्ट हैं, सुकुर शेट्टी हैं, केजी बोदप्पा हैं, रेणुका हैं, अनिल हैं, मिसेज मंगला हैं. ये सब मैडम जो बीजेपी के जो शूरवीर हैं, केंद्र मंत्री, एमएलए, एमएलसी, वो सब मैडम क्या है, वो परमवीर चक्र मिलने का नाम है क्या? उन पर भी केस था और कर्नाटका सरकार ने लिया था. क्या एक नाम आरिफी से दिखता है जब होम मिनिस्ट्री है, डिपार्टमेंट है,
नहीं, तो जिन लोगों के आप नाम ले रहे हैं, आपके हिसाब से अगर ये सब लोग हेट स्प्रेडर्स हैं,
नहीं बोला था.
नहीं, एक मिनट, मैं आपसे आप ही से एक फॉलोअप क्वेश्चन पूछ रही हूँ कि आपके हिसाब से ये जो जिन बीजेपी के लोगों के नाम आपने लिए और आपने खुद भी मेंशन किया कि कांग्रेस की सरकार ने इनके खिलाफ से भी केस विड्रॉ किया, तो आप कांग्रेस सरकार को भी सवाल पूछेंगे कि अगर आपके हिसाब से ये सारे लोग गुनहगार ही हैं तो कांग्रेस फिर उनको भी क्यों अपीस कर रही है? कांग्रेस तो मतलब बीजेपी को भी अपीस कर रही है, कम्युनिटी को भी अपीस कर रही है, क्या कर रही है कांग्रेस?
यही तो कांग्रेस के साथ यही मजबूरी है मैडम. कांग्रेस स्टैंड लेने में, सेकुलरिज्म के स्टैंड लेने में कांग्रेस को परनानी याद आती है। यही कांग्रेस के साथ दिक्कत है। अब राहुल गांधी की जो मोहब्बत की दुकान है हिमाचल में बंद है, राहुल गांधी की मोहब्बत की दुकान महाराष्ट्र में बंद है। नीलेश राणे जो यही कल नारायण राणे
तो आपसे क्या मोहब्बत का इजहार कर रहे हैं क्या? आपके नेताओं को, आपके नेताओं के खिलाफ चार्जेस ड्रॉप करके क्या आपसे मोहब्बत का इजहार कर रहे हैं क्या?
मैम नहीं, 138 आदमी में सिर्फ एक आरिफ साहब है, बाकी जो लोग हैं वो वहां के नागरिक है। सिर्फ नेता होना क्राइटेरिया नहीं, एक सिस्टम है। राहुल गांधी से पूछिए, नीलेश राणे और नारायण राणे उन मुसलमानों के दर पर वोट की भीख मांगते थे, आज बीजेपी में है। उन्होंने मस्जिद में घुसकर नीलेश राणे ने कहा, कांग्रेसी ने कुछ नहीं कहा।
इधर तो राहुल गांधी नहीं है उसका जवाब देने के लिए।
सुनिए, नहीं, कांग्रेस के लोग हैं ना मैडम, कांग्रेस के साथ यही दिक्कत है। कांग्रेस सॉफ्ट हिंदुत्व पे बात
अभी कांग्रेस क्या कर रही है इस मामले में? कांग्रेस क्या कर रही है? ये सॉफ्ट हिंदुत्व है, ये अपीजमेंट है, ये क्या है?
मैम ये बैलेंस टैक्टिस है, ये बैलेंस टैक्टिस है ताकि बीजेपी के 10-15 लोग को, जो बड़े बड़े शूरवीर को छोड़ा, तो एक आरिफ को भी जोड़ दिया गया ताकि
नहीं तो एक मिनट, किसका फिर यहाँ सबसे बड़ा अगर किसी का मजाक उड़ाया जा रहा है डॉक्टर रंगनाथन, वो तो लॉ एंड ऑर्डर का है ना? लॉ एंड ऑर्डर का मजाक उड़ रहा है कि नहीं उड़ रहा है?
First of all, Swati, I object to him making this personal remark, saying that मुझे पता नहीं मुस्लिम से क्या है, ये पता नहीं. I would have hoped, rather than my rebutting him, you would have stopped him from making such this remark. But please allow me to rebut. It's very offensive for him to say so. ये पता नहीं कौन सी किताब पढ़ के आते हैं कि इनको मुझसे और काफिरों से इतनी नफरत. The fact of the matter is, ये AIMIM के ही लेजिस्लेटर थे जिन्होंने कहा था वी विल बिहेड तस्लीमा नसरीन. 3 लोग इनके हैदराबाद में अरेस्ट थे जब तस्लीमा नसरीन नॉवलिस्ट को अटैक किया था. इन्होंने ही कहा था, AIMIM के ही लेजिस्लेटर थे, पता नहीं ये थे या कोई और थे, जिन्होंने कहा था उसको फांसी पे लटका देना चाहिए नूपुर शर्मा को. तो इनकी ये नसों में घुसी पड़ी है नफरत. ये औरों को एक्यूज करते हैं लेकिन खुद इनको यही, इन्होंने सारे नाम लिए, सारे व्हाटअबाउटरी में थे. ऑल ऑफ अस साउंडली, मिस्टर टॉम, condemned any such let off of any such criminal unless the court case decided. Did Tom not say that? Left, right and center, I think he used that phrase. But the defense of this AIMIM person is that औरों ने क्या तो हमारे गुंडों को भी छोड़ो. Point of the matter is, को चिंता नहीं है कि 12 पुलिसमैन, उनमें से पता नहीं कितने मुस्लिम होंगे, वो इंजर्ड थे. चिंता नहीं है. बच्चे इंजर्ड हुए, व्हीकल जलाई गई, टेम्पल डेस्ट्रॉय हुआ. लेकिन इनका वही है कि अब क्या कहूं, इनको ये पता नहीं कौन सा किताब पढ़ के आते हैं.
आदिल हसन जो इसमें जो लोग इसमें विक्टिम रहे होंगे, वो विक्टिम्स का तो किसी ने धर्म नहीं देखा, जाति नहीं देखा ना उनके ऊपर हमला करने से पहले. तो अगर किसी का मजाक उड़ रहा है इस सब में, तो एक तो लॉ एंड ऑर्डर का, दूसरा उन विक्टिम्स का.
मैडम, प्रधानमंत्री जी को ये बात समझाना चाहिए ना, अमित शाह जी को समझाना चाहिए ना. बिल्किस बानो जो रेपिस्ट को छोड़ दिया गया, जो बेटी बचाओ है,
बिल्किस बानो पे चले जा रहे हैं.
क्यों नहीं चलेंगे मैडम? ये पूरे हिंदुस्तान के मुसलमान को बोल रहे हैं, बैठ के
अभी हम क्या डिस्कशन कर रहे हैं?
अच्छा सुन लीजिए.
अभी वो कहाँ पूरे हिंदुस्तान के मुसलमानों पर बात कर रहे हैं?
प्रवक्ता बीजेपी, प्लीज लेट मी स्पीक.
एक मिनट. आप अपने जो बयान है वो थोड़ा सोच समझ कर दीजिए. मेरी डिबेट को अगर आप डिरेल करेंगे तो मैं बोलूंगी, आप मुझे बीजेपी का प्रवक्ता कहिए, कांग्रेस का कहिए, AIMIM का कहिए, आपको जो कहना है कहिए. मेरी डिबेट डिरेल होगी तो मुझे बोलना पड़ेगा. और जो चीज आनंद रंगनाथन नहीं कह रहे हैं, इससे पहले मैंने आपको नहीं रोका, लेकिन अभी मैं आपको स्पष्ट कह दूं कि अगर उन्होंने कोई बात नहीं कही तो उसको आप दोबारा दोहराई मत. ही ना, बस पूरे हिंदुस्तान के मुसलमान. नाउ कंटिन्यू.
लेट मी स्पीक. मैम, अपीजमेंट जो रंगनाथन जी ने कहा, अपीजमेंट, अमित शाह जो सिलेंडर मुहर्रम और ईद में बांट रहे थे जम्मू कश्मीर में, वो क्या था? अभी मदरसा कैबिनेट का, महाराष्ट्र कैबिनेट ने मदरसा का तनख्वाह बढ़ाया, वो क्या है? वो क्या अपीजमेंट नहीं है? भारत जो 55 रैंक पे हंगर इंडेक्स पे था, आज 105 पे हो गया है. नरेंद्र मोदी सरकार को शर्म नहीं आ रही है कि भूख 105 पे?
मिस्टर हसन, आप मेरे सवाल का जवाब नहीं दे रहे हैं. लेकिन फिर भी क्योंकि मैं चाहती हूँ कि डिबेट जो है वो डिरेल ना हो, मैं बाकी गेस्ट से इस पर जवाब लूंगी.
कहिए कि सरकारिया कमीशन रिपोर्ट जरा पढ़िए और उनको समझ आएगा जो इन्होंने इनिशिएटिव्स किया है, सबको साथ लेकर जाने का जो पोजीशंस है मोदी गवर्नमेंट का, इस पर इनको इतराज क्यों है? ये बिल्कुल अजीब गरीब बात कह रहे हैं कि मदरसा के लिए कुछ किया तो वो भी गलत। अरे भाई अपीज, वो तो वोट हमें दे ना दे, लेकिन हम उनके लिए कुछ कर रहे हैं। और मैंने साफ कहा कि देखिए इश्यू मुसलमानों का नहीं है, इश्यू ये है कि 140 जो कैदी हैं आपने उनको छोड़ दिया। और कौन? जुडिशियल प्रोसेस नहीं था, एक कमिटी आया जिसमें कुछ चमचे बिठा रखे थे और उन्होंने उनको क्लियर किया। और यहाँ अब्बास साहब कह रहे हैं बड़े फिल्ट्रेशन हुआ, कमिटीज बैठे हैं। आई एम सरप्राइज्ड Mr. Abbas, your intelligence is shocking me, because you come on public domain to explain to the nation that there has been a filtration process. What kind of filtration? The final decision is to be taken by the judiciary, not a chief minister who's surrounded with corruption. And my only question is, whichever party takes such a decision, I will stand out as a citizen of India.
So the BJP spokesperson is saying that he
the
condemns,
people of Karnataka,
irrespective of which party is doing it, he condemns. That's his position. We have Ravi Srivastava as well on the broadcast. Ravi Srivastava, someone would say कि Congress party को ऐसा करने की आदत है. In 2015, the Congress government in Karnataka, led by Siddaramaiah, withdrew cases against 175 activists of PFI. They were booked for rioting in different parts of the state. Then in 2019, again there was a controversy over the state government's attempts to withdraw cases against people in connection with communal riots in the state. So one would say the Congress party is in the habit of giving this long rope. ये cases withdraw करने की एक पुरानी आदत है.
I will simplify the whole thing. First of all, I think people have become tired of this Hindu-Muslim narrative, right? They feel it very boring. Every evening we discuss that. Anyway, what I am saying is, I'm simplifying it, and I'm saying, if anybody has got an objection, say BJP has got an objection that why these 138 people have been released by the Siddaramaiah government, please move to the court. Let the facts come out. If you think that this is a partiality, this is an appeasement, please move to the court. Let the court decide it. Legal process has not been followed yet, no. So you go to the court and see to it that what happens. My fact is that both the parties are equally in it. You have got a chief minister who waived off his heinous crime cases, Yogi Adityanath, once he became a chief minister. See to it, and you are talking about some other small bottles. So he is a chief minister even who can do it. And you talk about appeasement. What is that appeasement? They have raised today only that Maharashtra government, that 6,000 to 16,000 the madrasa teachers' wages. 500 crore every year is given by Shri Adityanath for the madrasa's welfare every year.
But you're saying they are against...
I mean, I'm not... They are constitutionally...
No, but once again, you accuse them of playing communal politics, and today you're saying that is appeasement.
Swati, let me tell you one thing. This is
but
not
वो तो communal politics करते हैं ना, तो आप इसको क्यों appeasement मान के चल रहे हैं?
They are entitled to it. They are entitled to it by constitution. The constitution permits them that all the communities should be given the welfare, whatever it is.
No, but here we're not talking about welfare. Is this welfare?
Madrase ki salary.
Is this welfare? आप खुद ही पहले कर रहे हैं कि why are they doing this? Then you're saying constitution gives them that right. They're entitled to do that, to you know, once again launch such welfare schemes. So first sort that argument. But we are here not talking about welfare, Dr. Ranganathan. This is not welfare scheme.
This is soon to be made into a welfare where all the terrorists will be let out. We've already seen, first of all, I hope my first 1.5 minutes were audible to the rest of the panelists, because I clearly said, following on Mr. Tom Wadekkan's line, that the state has started indulging in appeasement. By state, I did not mean the Congress or any opposition party. By state, I meant the center, the BJP, every party cutting across ideological and party lines. Everyone is doing appeasement. They just got perturbed because they said, oh, he's talking only about Congress and the opposition parties. That is the problem. They hear what they want to hear. Number two, Swati, is it not a fact that the Supreme Court denied bail to the Coimbatore bombers who said they killed 58 people? Is it not a fact that an ally of Congress let off those Coimbatore bombers? Now, what else is that if not appeasement? And the reason given for that is even more troubling. The Tamil Nadu government said, let no one accuse us of not being pro-Muslim. This was the reason they gave. What more explanations do you want?
Advocate Hassan, respond to that.
Mr. Raghunath, you have courage to talk on Keshav Prasad Maurya, on Yogi Adityanath. You have guts.
You
have guts to talk on
He's
Keshav
just cleared his position. He's just cleared his position.
You have guts to ask the question on Yogi Adityanath decision.
He has just criticized. He has just made his position clear.
Madam, he don't have guts to take the name of Yogi Adityanath. Keshav Prasad Maurya, Swami Chityanand, all BJP minister. Yes, you take name. You have guts. You have talked to. Yes, you have guts to talk on Amit Shah decision to withdraw the case.
Advocate Hassan, I am not sure. आपको ऑडियो नहीं आ पा रहा है या आप समझ नहीं पा रहे हैं
मैडम.
हाँ, तो समझ नहीं पा रहे हैं जो बीजेपी कह रहे हैं.
नाम लेने बोलिए ना मैडम.
ठीक है. Dr. Ranganathan, do you want to respond to that?
Yes, पहली बात तो first time in my life I support the state giving some funds to the madrasa जहाँ पे ये पढ़े हैं, क्योंकि इनकी एजुकेशन अभी कंप्लीट नहीं है.
आपके दादा पढ़े हैं वहाँ.
नहीं, एक सेकंड, पर्सनल कमेंट्स नहीं.
दादा पढ़े हैं वहाँ.
पर्सनल कमेंट्स नहीं.
आप रिपीट मत.
ये आपके दादा या परदादा.
पर्सनल कमेंट्स नहीं. एडवोकेट हसन
पढ़े मदरसा में.
एडवोकेट हसन,
राजा राम मोहन.
एडवोकेट हसन,
सुधार लीजिए
प्लीज 1 सेकंड, प्लीज. अब आपने सवाल पूछा ना, उनको जवाब देने दीजिए.
कैन आई प्लीज आंसर?
यस.
और ये एडवोकेट हसन ठीक कह रहे हैं, हम दोनों के दादा हिंदू थे, वो अलग बात है. अब आपको हिंदू से नफरत हो गई. Now, please listen. This is very important. I am repeating for the third time that the state, the Indian state that calls itself sector, is indulging in large-scale appeasement. How much more clearer can I be? And number two, when Yogi Adityanath came to power in 2017, and when Kamal Nath came to power in Madhya Pradesh, both of them proved all the cases against them and almost 1,000. But electively, these people did not protest when Kamal Nath, removed those cases. Only when Yogi did. The difference is, I did when both of them. The difference. Agenda साफ है. नफरत में घुसे पड़े हैं, जहर अंदर भर गया है, पता नहीं कौन सा पड़.
Said Abbas. Even the protest and objection is selective, says Dr. Ranganathan.
स्वाति जी, ख्वाजा मोइनुद्दीन चिश्ती ने बहुत खूब कहा है, love towards all, malice towards none, and I stand by it, irrespective of any divisions that we have, cutting across party lines, people and we Indians. Let me agree with Tom Vadakan Sahab. He's made a brilliant point, and sir, I stand with you and I yield with you. You're a senior friend and I have a lot of respect for you. I'm glad that you condemned the state of Karnataka Congress government, this so-called appeasement. But in the same breath, 2 years back, Basavaraj Bommai, Chief Minister of BJP, read this report by Hindustan Times, September 2022, where he released 33 cases against BJP and RSS workers, sir, who were also involved. Is that fair? Would you also condemn in the same breath to them? Not just that, Oman Chandi, in the state of Kerala, sir, he also took back cases against RSS
I don't know
workers.
if there's an audio issue or this is selective hearing, because he did that right at the start. Right at the start, when I asked him the first question, he started by saying that.
Swati ji, not Anand.
I'm talking about Mr. Vadakan. In fact, twice he did that. Twice he said that.
He condemned BJP for
twice, yes. He said, whichever government, whichever party, I condemn it.
Is he still in BJP, sir?
Wow.
Okay.
Now that's not fair, Mr. Abbas. That's not fair. I think when you run out of answers, when you run out of answers, and not just you but others on the panel as well, that's when you use this strategy. Ravi Srivastava. Okay, one second. Ravi Srivastava, बहुत beautiful चीज कही Syed Abbas ने, but unfortunately we're not talking about that. We're not talking about rising above party lines, caste and religion and class. Here we are talking about a serious crime that was committed.
Exactly. That is what I am saying, that the law should take its own course.
Are we allowing that? Are the parties, are the governments really allowing law to take its course?
If the state is going out of the way, state is doing something, let us move to the court. Let the court decide it. Why should we take it lying down? That they release the BJP people, they release the Congress people, they release the RSS people, they release AIMIM people. Let us go to court.
Okay.
Let the court decide it once and for all. Why should we keep on alleging each other? You did this, you did that, you appease, you did the vote jihad. What is the nonsense? And how long will it continue?
Okay.
If you feel that something is going out of the way, the law and order is not in place.
Okay, I appreciate your stand. I appreciate your stand, the thing that you've said that we should go to the court and this needs to be reported, and let's not just take it lying down that BJP is doing this and the Congress is doing this. Dr. Ranganathan, very quickly, how many of these parties are actually going to do that? Because I think convenience is what everybody is following.
Absolutely, none of them are going to do that because this is the rule that favors all parties. Swati, this is what I'm trying to tell you. It's like give independence to intelligence and investigative agencies. None of them did it. Congress didn't do it. BJP is not doing it because it favors them.
So irrespective of who's in power, irrespective of the political parties, ultimately what happens is that you're mocking the entire judiciary, you're mocking the law and order, and you're mocking the victims of these crimes that are committed. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Tom Vadakan, Dr. Ranganathan will continue to be with us on debate number 2.